Opportunity be knocking. Little motherfucking. Opportunity be knocking. You gotta let a motherfucker in. I kiss my mother on the cheek, tell her that I love her. You ain't gotta worry about a thing, I got it covered. Why you think I'm out here acting crazy? Why you think I'm out here acting crazy? Why you think I'm out here acting crazy? Ma, you know I'm still your little baby. All my life I was a fuck up, now I pull the truck up. Same bitch stuck up, now she wanna suck us. See me hanging out the window screaming what? No more tough luck, a different cloth is what I'm cut from. Opportunity be knocking, you gotta let a motherfucker in. I kiss my mother on the cheek, tell her that I love her. You ain't gotta worry about a thing, I got it covered. Why you think I'm out here acting crazy? Why you think I'm out here acting crazy? Why you think I'm out here acting crazy? Ma, you know I'm still your little baby. Opportunity be knocking. Let that motherfucker in. Let that bitch in.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, jerk offs. How are you? Good to see you, CSL. Thank you for always tuning in from Montreal. I love that we're worldwide. Twisted KR Tooley in the house. Telephoto morning. Well, good morning to you too, sir. Good to see you guys all here. It's been a week, huh? Been a week since we hung out last, and I barely got to hang out last week. We had Juneteenth last week. And I'm going to be pulling up some videos during today's show that we got a hold of. You guys may have seen them, you may not have, but some big things in the eating competition scene for us.
Yo, what's happening?
Thanks, Monroe Nutrition.
Monroe Nutrition.
Thought it was going to be a green screen today for some reason, even though it's not a green.
What flavor you got there?
I don't know. He makes them, and I tell him, "Hey, just surprise me every time I come in." I don't even ask him what it is anymore.
Haha, nice.
Much appreciated. We were talking about wrestling this morning when I went in. Monroe Nutrition is like, the vibes are like old school barber shop vibes. You know, you go in, you hang out, you if you're feeling down, you can go there, and by the time you're gone, you're like, oh man, I feel good.
Hell yeah, I love that though.
Yep. And then thanks to all of our other sponsors, Lane's Pizza, Amaya's, Mugsy's, the Bowling Alley, Monroe Sports Center. Thanks, Mint Cannabis. Ching! That's where I got this boy.
Fuck yeah. I'm sharing this out real quick.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even do that, too.
I never share anything out anymore.
That's what I was supposed to share out during the intro, but I got so caught up in the intro that I was like, man, I love this intro.
Hell yeah. That's pretty dope.
Oh, someone's here. Night Train!
Oh no, someone's here.
There you go.
Sharing this out real quick.
I think I already sent it to him.
Michael Lane.
Gotta find the Cannabis people.
Get it.
Hell yeah. So, what's up, guys? How you been this week? I'm gonna pull up some videos from the Juneteenth and then to the eating competition.
Oh yeah. There you go.
That's happened this week. And you got a little clip. If you were here for the intro, you got a little clip of what happened this Monday at Juneteenth. I made the newspaper.
Did you? Oh yeah. She told us.
Yeah, I was holding the snake, and I had to give credit to Tyler. It's Tyler's snake. You know, if he didn't trust me with that,
Tyler'd be wrong.
Yep. All right, pull it while we're talking.
You mentioned that while we were covering for you during the show. I was like, hopefully Tyler will be down there Juneteenth and whatnot. He was down there last year, and he He has a good show down there for him.
Yeah, actually, we had him set up, and then there was a double booking, so he couldn't come. And then at the last minute, he was able to still come.
Show up with a little bit at least, huh? Nice.
Good morning, brain jerkers. Sugar donuts in the house. Good to see you, Dave. What's up, country bread? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. What up, Keithy? Keithy's got a show tonight, if you don't know.
Yeah.
Weird Circle Shenanigans, 6 p.m. right here, right where you're watching this show right now. They talk about wrestling. They're going to have Nate the Great Matson on and Benjamin Boone, the Bachelor Boone on today. Him and Jeremiah and Scotty.
So, I was watching some videos from like motorcycle type videos on tubes this morning. You ever heard of the Grim Rider?
Nope.
He's from Michigan and Illinois type area, Ohio. But he used to be a wrestler. He did like 15 years for some kind of Michigan, Ohio type wrestling group or whatever.
Huh. What was his name again?
He goes by the Grim Rider as far as what his motorcycle channel. Let me see if I can find the link for the rest of it.
The Grim Rider. Yeah.
That'd be a good intro for sure. I'm just pulling up these videos from this week so I can play them for you guys.
I like the intro musics and shit. You know, I used to play those wrestling games all the time and create a character and shit. Intro music. Come on.
Yeah, the intro was my favorite part of those video games, making the intro.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That's fun.
Come out and start whooping people's asses.
Love it.
One more.
We got some Quizberry today. Country Fred, what up, man? Get all kinds of people up in here. Lauren, Tully,
Keith,
Slaughterback,
Lauren.
Keith Edward, Mr.
Mr.
Fucker.
Hey, Mr. Fucker made the video too. He made the video. If you when you guys are waving, Mr. Fucker's up here like this saying cheers.
I see it. I was like,
Oh fuck yeah.
So that's the Grim Riders page. And it was Southern Michigan Impact Wrestling.
Okay.
Is what he was part of. And here is the
Grim Rider. What up, John Drake? Nerdy Designs in the house. Thank you, Nerdy Designs, for everything you do.
Nerdy Designs, what up?
And that's the wrestling page that is linked to his page that he's got like videos of his kind of career thing on there, all kinds of good stuff. I just found out this morning about the wrestling part. I've been watching his motorcycle videos for a while, but
you didn't know he was body slamming people.
Yeah, I didn't know he was a wrestler back in the day and whatnot. He doesn't talk about it that much on his motorcycle channel, really, that I've seen. You know, it's usually just riding out. Like this morning's video was riding out to Hell, Michigan, or whatever.
All right, so I want to
Hell Festa weekend and whatnot. You know, so
I'm gonna set up this video while I'm trying to figure it out. Oh, there it is. So
watch this motherfucker get chokeslammed.
So we, as you guys know, last week we were live and Twisted and Hippie Witch and Night Train took over the show because I was super busy, which much greatly appreciated, you guys.
Anytime.
I was sitting there smoking weed.
So we had an eating competition that day, the Big Box Eating Championship, Team BrainJerk versus Team Orchard versus Team Lane's Pizza. And honestly, unfortunately, we didn't get to finish that box, even though Team BrainJerk, we were literally maybe 4 handfuls away from winning everything, and nobody else even had half their box gone. I'm telling you.
What happened?
Well,
we're about to find out.
That's exactly what happened. I hope I don't have it muted.
Bird shit in your box or something? The wind blow it over?
No audio. No audio.
Oh, they started fighting. Dude got chokeslammed inside the box.
We don't have any of their audio there, Josh.
Oh,
Look
oh, oh,
yeah.
oh, oh. Man, I would have ate those motherfucking fries. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Look, she's got a big old mouth too. She had to spit it out. Look at good show, bro. Good show. Look, he got fried. Look at here's watch what happens to him.
He's our champ.
I love this guy. He's my
Is he
favorite.
talking shit right now? Because we can't hear it.
Yeah, he's my favorite though. Yeah, there's no audio.
That's hilarious. They're like, man.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Shut up.
Choke slam.
I love- okay. My favorite part is his goddamn slippers up in the air.
Look at all those fries. Look at all those fries. Like, you want choke slam, little boy? You want choke slam too? Look at he's laughing.
I'd be laughing. I'd be
He's like, look at my little guns. You can't get none of this. How many push-ups can you do?
That's great.
That guy right there is number 4 cruiserweight in America. For boxing. He's the number 4 fighter in that weight class in all of America.
Wow.
And he's our hometown guy. He's from Monroe, D Mills, if you don't know his name.
Fucking cool.
I don't know why you guys
moves.
Yeah.
There's no point in me playing the other video if you can't hear it.
Yeah.
But the other video, if you want to go to our Facebook, check it out. This video is we're apologizing to City Council, Juneteenth, and the city for that. So
oh, did they not like it?
You mean it wasn't scripted?
They did not like it.
Oh,
that was totally scripted.
They didn't like it, so it was scripted, but they didn't like it.
And then I was going to play another video, but I don't know why. I haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah, a little fun, man.
Because I'm sharing
it. Is that why you made the paper?
What?
It was a choke slam? Is that why you made the paper?
No, I got a snake. I'm showing everybody that giant snake.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Roy Williams is a wrestler / MMA guy, and he's the guy that threw the pizza box, that got mad and threw the pizza box. And D Mills is a boxer, hometown. We were on his family's property during that.
Oh, okay.
But D Mills was going in on him during that, like, oh, you're just a small fry, you can't eat. Why are you only eating one fry at a time? And Roy got sick of it.
Why? That's what you're supposed to do.
and in true Jeremiah fashion, he always goes through a table for interjecting where he really wasn't necessary to open his mouth, but Jeremiah can't help it.
You're right. We can.
We'll hear his perspective tonight.
That was gonna be.
There he is. What up, Goldmain?
Oh shit!
Yeah, totally, dude.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah, man!
It ain't over yet.
Both are bombs. That's right. Fucking choke slam them next time, dude. I'll come in there. There'll be 2 Jeremiahs, dude. Tag team and fucking choke slam motherfuckers, man. What's up? I used to choke slam. I used to be able to double choke slam people 2 at once. Raw.
Yeah,
not more. My arms would probably fall off.
Let's get him, he says.
Get him. The Jeremiah is in action.
Jeremiah is also a co-host on tonight's show, Squared Circle Shenanigans.
Hell yeah!
Squared.
You gotta come in with the ponytails, though. I wish I had hair.
He's our eating champion. He just housed 50 nuggets in under 5 minutes to win that.
Fuck yeah!
For the set, he's the first. He's the first and only at the moment 2-time champion for us. Nobody else.
He was on your crew for
defended
this last one that didn't finish, right? He was on your crew for this one, right?
Say that again.
He was on the BrainJerk crew for this one, right?
Yep, he was on that.
Yeah. So he was in the running to have another one.
Yep,
Right.
he was the guy that hit that went through that table.
Well, I know.
Yeah, he went. He
And
went
what
through
you
the
guys
He
side.
was
can't
on your
hear-
team for the eating part of it, wasn't he?
He was probably
The BrainJerk
underneath the
team?
table eating the fries, though. I saw him down there.
I'm gonna be
These are
honest.
fucking
My
good.
my favorite part of the video, which you'll have to go watch it yourself to hear it because the audio issues over here in BrainJerk for some reason, but they're screaming. The screaming in the background is like it's like on Monsters Inc. when they scare the kids and they gain energy. I get so pumped when I hear the screaming in the background for some reason.
Who was screaming for the
Whole crowd.
the
the
eating
whole
contest?
crowd.
Yeah, I didn't
Was it
see
like
any.
a cheering scream or like a oh my god scream?
It was a, oh my god, D Mills just punched
It was
this
a
guy in this
BrainJerk
guy.
crowd.
Oh, God.
Everyone was in a panic.
Oh my god.
The cops
Oh.
were called, everything. Like,
Okay.
Jimmy,
No wonder why the city didn't like it.
Well,
They're
I
like,
mean-
what the fuck?
hey, we're lucky. Big boys, we're lucky we got it separated like that.
You should have let him know.
Oh my goodness.
Should have let him know.
What up, Jimmy?
Yeah, you should be able to take your shit talking though. Take the shit talking and just eat more. That's what it's about. See, they don't want me. If I would became really good friends with you guys and I could unleash my personality on you, and oh man, I'm telling you, people always want to fight me. I'm just that guy.
put a bunch of wrestlers together anyway.
Jeremiah.
Something bound to happen.
Jeremiah
That's what
is
they're
literally it don't matter if you're his best friend. He's gonna sit here and just do nothing but talk shit.
Well, yeah. Yep. But see, it takes the best friend to be able to take it. Other people get sick and they cry about the shit talk. But it's like, hold on, but you're in the competition. You're supposed to pick out the weak ones. You're supposed to talk the shit. You're supposed to be a bully.
It's a love language.
Love language.
See,
I could see it, like just the persona on screen. I could see it.
Yep. There's 3 of us actually right now. I forgot. There's 3 of us right now. Could you imagine that? It'd be a triple tag team fucking people up.
So fun.
A trip Amaya massacre.
Triple Maya, that's good. Good job.
That's what everyone calls me is Maya, MIA. I know there's an H, but I always used to go missing in action. They'd be like, "What the fuck? You missing in action again?" So everyone just started calling me Maya.
You can't have without a H.
Yeah, right. Maya,
If it's without the H, it's just
Mia,
Yeah, Mia.
Mia,
Mia.
Mia.
Oh Maya. Oh Mia.
You
Mia.
just-
Mia.
I want to bring something up today. So this past week, what's been all over the news, right? The submarine, right? Nothing but the submarine.
Misdirection.
Well, I had a video to pull up to show everything that's gone on during this submarine news that the news hasn't hit on, but the audio is messed up and I can't do that right now. But let me tell you, there's a dozen plus things that the American public should be knowing about that has happened
That we're just
in
blind
that
to.
short week. So I'm gonna let you know, Sunday when they reported this sub missing, they knew what had happened.
Yep.
They already knew what had happened,
I'm sure.
and the media drug it out
Mm-hmm.
It was misdirection.
almost till Wednesday, I think it was.
For as long as they had air.
Yep.
Meanwhile, in
No, they
Russia,
were already
Ukraine-
blown. Yeah, they were already gone.
The banging.
Yeah. So what in the heck? Here's more proof of lies to mask major things going on. And one of those things Joe Biden's being impeached or something like that.
Big time.
Hunter
Big time.
Biden has just taken a plebe deal for the same thing Trump's getting in trouble for right now.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
nobody's want to talk about that.
Both sides are fighting it.
Stuff to do with digital currencies. There's so much. That's why I had a video pulled up. It was only a minute or two video, but it told everything that's been going on in just a short time.
I could probably narrate.
If it's that long, I mean,
what's happening was creepy.
I've passed all news that I've seen lately, except for the bridge collapse.
And obviously, that's my own opinion. But I said from the very beginning that this was a mask for something, and then everybody else, other people are now like showing you what the news should have been. Now, I did hear about the Hunter Biden thing, but it was a quick 10-second thing in between the submarine and everything else.
Of course, they don't want you to know about that shit.
Yeah, they do press conferences and shit real late at night now.
Yep.
I hope no one sees it. Toolie.
How about the fact that now they're like there's proof that these electronic vehicles and stuff are not good for the environment?
The what?
The
electronic
vehicles, the electronic vehicles are just as bad, if not worse, depending on the way you're looking at it, because it still takes fuel to create things. It takes all this slavery, real slavery. Everybody wants to talk about
it takes 75% of our
real slavery right now in this world, and that's the only reason we have this thing. Real slavery
for the batteries,
for lithium, and then the e-cars. That's real life. Don't believe me? Go look it up.
Yep.
That's another thing that has gone on this week. But that's just 5 things we've named right here off the top of my head.
Yeah. The interesting thing is when you research who those guys were that are on that sub.
Yep.
That's the most, one of them, I think I found.
What kind of insurance clauses are there going on with that, huh?
Nope, you're all CEOs of all the companies.
Nope, you ain't getting shit.
Yeah, and that's another thing I said was like, what were these people invested in that disappeared?
Yeah,
if that's even true, right?
The train wrecks, all those chemical train wrecks around United States, those were CEOs. Those guys were CEOs of those companies.
There was another derailment this week over towards like Washington or something like that.
No, it's in fucking Yellowstone, bro. It's in Yellowstone. It's going down the Yellowstone River right now. It's contaminating that fucking river, dude.
Which is already screwed up from the storms from this last year.
Yeah.
The whole
crazy though.
Forest and whatnot. You couldn't even visit it during Sturgis and whatnot because it's so closed off and whatnot because of the corruption and erosion from all the storms.
And let's talk about how about the fact that France is in the middle of the biggest worldwide protest and over 9 million people protesting in France right now, and nobody knows about it.
I've been talking about it. Civil war, bro. And if you watch, they all rushed and took over their government buildings. And see, like in America, we won't do that. We're too fucking scared. We're too much of a bitch. Too many people are scared to die. But in France, these people literally revolution, baby, and they are taking over government buildings and overthrowing their own government. Like, hell, I've been reporting that for a good couple months now, bro. Because when I saw it, I was like, yes, there's still fucking humans left in this planet, dude. You know what I mean? Because, like, we could all talk. There's 5 of us that think the same kind of way. Let's take it over. But who the hell's going to stand behind us? It will take every one of us to get up in that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. It takes all of us collectively to work as a unit. And that's why you have so much hate thrown everywhere on TV and through the media, is because if they are separating you through race, through sex, through sports teams, even religion, any way they can. Pepsi versus Coke, everything, any way they can. They want to divide your consciousness and your mind from your neighbors. And when the real fact is, we're all the same, going through the same issues. It's everybody that's the wealthy, and I'm not saying eat the rich or anything like that, but it's the guys at the very top, not even presidents. These guys are controlling.
The money is controlling things.
Those are the guys that need to be like, and here's the scary thing. Once the digital currency thing for real takes effect, because the Fed now is something that they're implementing, if they haven't already, but everything will go through that. Every internet transaction, every credit card transaction.
Yep.
Thanks to the
Paper
World
money
Economic
won't be a
Forum.
thing.
They'll be able to stop transactions from happening if they want to. They'll be able to let them free. They'll be able to do whatever they want.
They'll be able to control whatever money you
So, like,
have.
my question is going to be like, how will Josh buy a bag of weed for me?
Can't.
What are you going to pay?
Trade.
What would you paying?
Back to the old school way.
Venmo.
Trade and barter, baby.
No, because
You know.
Venmo, all that's electronic. It'll be
It's all tracked. You
Yeah.
have to know exactly. I bought this cup of coffee. I bought a lighter. When they do the thing, it has to match. It can't be a bag of weed. It can't say product. Man, you know how they're going to track and cut down on all that shit.
And
But you
when
know
they-
what's always going to be tangible? Shiny metal. You know, metal of all
Gold and
different.
silver and
metal,
crystals and
period.
whatnots.
Metal will be always worth
Copper.
stuff. You know, it'll always be usable throughout all of the time. So I see people trading in gold and silver and, like she said, cobalt, nickel, you know,
Cookie.
real copper, you know, real metals that can be transferred. You know, there's
They
going to
can be
be
melted down and into like, you know, solid things to turn into
Watch-
possibly. And
watch-
unless you need like a receipt of some sort.
watch the black market make their own credits, because there's a whole underground black market. It's like a shopping spree type thing, right? So watch they all come up with their own kind of credit system. Black market
well,
bucks.
that's what they've done. That's what crypto is.
Well, no, that's going to be worldwide, though. I'm talking like for real. For when they put the kibosh and everything and they're tracking everything and you got digital codes and you got a bar scan reader on your fucking wrist and shit. That's what I'm talking about. Like, we ain't going to be able to use paper money no more. You know, so I mean, we can trade paper money, but ain't no one going to be able to spend it nowhere. So it's going to be fucking pointless.
That's their point. Yep.
Yeah, well, they did that in a couple of those countries. If you saw, I posted some shit a while ago, like in 2021. They had everyone in their villages would come up and throw all their money into dumpsters because it all went digital. There was just, I mean, probably billions of dollars, dude, everywhere.
Well, that's what happened in China. They've got a social credit. So if you're in their opinion not a good person, not obeying,
Just get shut down.
you might not even be able to take a bike out of town.
Isn't that
It's
crazy?
like moving.
Yeah, you're not allowed to go out.
And
You
they
ain't even getting a 15-minute city, dude. You're getting like nowhere.
the credit, that Fed Now type thing, the only digital currency, they've also implemented that in multiple countries in Africa, and it is failing. The people are starving.
Yeah.
It's not failing because that's what it's set up to do. But
yeah,
for us, it's failing.
Yeah. Everyone's going to take over. It's going to be civil war. If not World War III coming, where we're all worried about someone else killing us and we all join the military again real quick and go fight a war, then they ain't got to worry about shit. They expect, that's what it is. We haven't had a good war that's really killed off population in a long time, dude.
You don't even have to. You don't have to.
Not anymore.
No.
Not anymore. But before it was wars. Wars would kill off a lot of people and then they'd repopulate. And then they're like, hey, man, we need to figure out how to poison people.
I just read an article that said that if the power grid goes down, 90% of Americans will die.
Oh, for sure.
90% of how many billion people are here?
Wow. That's pretty frightening. Like that we as a country on a whole cannot live without electricity at all.
It's heat and
It's
everything else.
We need to take down the country by taking out our power grid.
And let me tell you what, it's only in a short 9 months that would happen.
Oh yeah.
That's why the electronic, pulse bombs and whatnot were so scary and whatnot, because the bigger they get, the more they can take down.
How many?
They might accidentally do something. Oh, accidentally. Here we go again.
What percentage of living humans do you think knows how to make a fire?
Yeah, the common person does not.
No, you're
Without
right.
Without a lighter.
Yeah, if you didn't take Boy Scouts or you weren't in the military, you might say, "Oh, I watched Survivor. Go rub two sticks together, motherfucker. See how long that takes. See if you get it."
Yep. Also, a little trick,
My
just
glasses.
so you know, just a survival trick. If you do have a lighter that's out, do not throw that boy away. That flint will work for a long time to help you start fires. That's easy. That's an easy find for a flint, even if it's wet.
Bifocals, baby.
Man,
You're officially old.
Use your glasses.
oh, magnifying glass though.
Yep. That was the first thing I thought of. Honestly, I was like, I would just use that sun if I could, make sure that I started my fire during the day and kept it lit.
Like kindling and whatnot. Yeah.
You can use some water in a plastic baggie to do the same effect.
Oh yeah.
There's a chemical reaction. I won't tell you the recipe because then your kids might make it and blow up some shit. There's these three things, and it comes in a common thing you might find, but it's these three things you put together and it sparks up. I actually saw that on one of those Survivor shows. I was like, holy shit, for real. Damn. Alchemy is super cool.
You got a battery hanging around and some steel wool. You can use that to start a fire too.
Another good,
steel wool fire right up, dude.
Another good thing to know is how to tie knots.
Yeah.
Nanny.
Knots. That's one of the worst things. You don't tie that knot right and it comes out, man. You're like, ah!
The reason I know how to tie different knots and decent knots is because, one, I was in the demolition for a little bit, but mostly because I've been around boats a lot. So you got to know a few different knots in order to do certain things like dock up or, Yeah. So that's really the only reason why I know how to do different types of knots.
The worst thing, though, is people don't know how to go and hunt, fish, trap, or what food to eat. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of the points of our channel that we were going to start doing, is showing people exactly, if shit hit the fan kind of situation, here's what you could eat. Here's what you could do. You can make this, you can use this for, a candle, you could use this to start fires, if you didn't have anything like tar, a sap from a tree.
When we started the Earth Dweller, it was originally, as you know, it was the plant of the day, right? So that was our whole point in starting in the very absolute beginning. Also, was to kind of teach people about dandelions and how they're good for you, all these other things that you can eat. Cactus, not cactus. You can, but you can eat cattails if you know.
Oh, yep.
Like, all these things that are called air quotes weeds are actually usually beneficial for you.
Yeah,
dandelions, baby.
Not every, but most invasive plants. Through doing this plant of the day and Earth Dweller, we found out they're good for you most of the time.
Yep.
Yes, they are. That's been my journey throughout everything that I'm been in witchery for the last 5 to 8 years, but it's been very focused on plants and herbalism and very green witch type of things. I'm very much, that's where my passion and focus tend to stem towards.
Yeah, and it blows my mind that people walk through the forest and be like, I'm starving, I'm gonna die, and you're walking past all the food. I understand some things are poisonous, some things don't taste good, some things might give you an allergic reaction, but people will be in a pine forest and talk about, I'm starving. No one ever heard of pine nuts. I mean, do you know how they get it? Do you know where they come from? Do you know where to find it on a pine tree? Dude, if you're in a pine forest, there's fucking shit tons of food.
There's food everywhere.
Yep.
Food everywhere.
Always growing green.
And here's another thing that a lot of people don't understand. Duckweed. Duckweed is probably one of the most nutritious things you can eat in that situation. And it grows super, super fast. That's one of those things, if you're around the lake or in summertime, that's what you would feed on mostly. Mm-hmm. And like you said, pine cones and different things like that. And a lot of you don't know that you probably got onions growing in your backyard. You probably got carrots already growing in your backyard, and you don't cut them down because you think they're weeds.
Yep.
And a lot of flowers that you wouldn't think that are ornamental, in your mind, you might think
Yep.
are, there's a lot that aren't, but there's a lot that
I have
are.
a dang mulberry tree in my backyard. I
Yep.
didn't even know it. We moved in here and then we caught it after the season last year.
Okay.
Guess
Ah,
what? We found it this year. It's a darn 50-foot tree in the backyard
Yep.
full of mulberries.
hell
Oh,
yeah.
man, we might have to make me some
Mulberry
wine.
stuff to make.
No.
Yeah.
We used to have one, and we used to drive the truck because we didn't have one a shaker, so we used to drive the old.
Yeah, that's a big
Smack-
one. I'm gonna have to get a
smack the
ladder
tree.
and shake some Francis or something.
Yep. What you do is you lay the white sheets or a sheet. You lay sheets all over the ground,
Yeah, I was
like
thinking
that,
some
and then
carp.
you shake it, and they all land on those sheets. Dude, that's what we used to do, man. We used to get fucking pounds. I'm talking shit tons,
Yeah.
dude. Fuck, the birds all be in that tree all fucking day, dude.
Yeah,
You
you
gotta
got to
battle-
clean it up
Gotta
anyway.
battle those birds for the good ones.
There's a bunch of broken branches and shit that need to be cleaned up out of it. So yeah,
Don't park underneath of the
What's cool-
the acid
yeah.
from the mulberries and the
Yeah, it's
fucking
black.
Yeah, no, man. I had a black car and that shit. I parked underneath it for not very long, but every once in a while I'd park underneath this tree and sure enough, like within months, my paint was fading and
I got
spot the mulberries.
sign near my driveway that's bad enough. But yeah,
Yeah. What's super neat too about mulberries is in the cluster of the berries, they mature at different times per berry. So you get one that's mature and the other ones aren't. One will be dark, one will be lighter, and then green. And when I'm like, dude, that's so genius. It's like you eat today, tomorrow, maybe you eat some more the next day.
Yeah.
You don't have to pick them all right now or they're going to be rotten. That's super genius, though.
That's how blackberry bushes are too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of shit you can make with those mulberries too.
Oh, yeah.
Berries and jams and
Yep.
pastries and all kinds of stuff.
We used to make pies.
The best way to eat 'em
We
is
got all kinds of ideas. I'm waiting.
eat 'em raw.
They're starting to get
I'm like, we got a bunch of stoners thinking about yummy mulberry stuff right now. We're like, all right, well, now I'm hungry.
Yeah,
I made
mulberry.
mulberry pancakes before.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
Yeah, what I like
it's
about
like a blueberry. It's a sweet, good berry. So yeah,
it's less. I thought they were less sweet. That's what I like about them. Maybe it was different area or something. I was in Ohio, but I found that.
too. This is
What's
a
that?
red mulberry. This is a red mulberry, so it's supposed
Yeah.
to be the sweeter one.
I've
Oh,
only
okay.
seen purple.
Yeah, I think
the one we got up front's a different type of mulberry, and it's growing right in a fence. So we're gonna chop that one down. But it's a different type of. It's not as good as the one in the back.
yeah. I liked it not as tart and sweet though, so that way you can manipulate that flavor because sometimes shit's so sweet. So if you go with a thing like, holy Jesus, God, I made it way too fucking.
Being able to pick those berries and know which ones you want give you that good flavor too. Knowing which one.
Yeah. Yeah, mulberries.
Do I want a sweet pastry or do I want a tart pastry? Maybe a little bit greener this time. We'll get a tart,
Is it raining where you guys are? I see
No.
it's not you guys.
It's
But
supposed to be today, but not yet.
Not yet.
it's pouring here right now.
Is it?
That's what-
If you lose me, I lost power.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Just an FYI.
We went to a fish
Might
fry.
have to close it up again.
It was pouring yesterday and pouring down
We
there.
went to a fish fry yesterday. I was going to ride the bike, but the thunderstorms were over on the coast and moved in. And by the time we come back from the fish fry, it's a good thing we didn't ride the bike. We have been so good.
I love fish fries.
Oh,
I try to find them to go to them,
Yes.
but I have.
Bacon wrapped walleye.
Oh my
Oh.
God.
Oh.
Oh my
Oh.
God.
So his sister's coming over and put a bit
Not
of
rugby,
steaks
bro.
and
We had
smoked
3
fish.
trays of fish out there, and burgers and hot dogs for those who didn't want the fish.
Night Train, you ain't right, bro.
I want them right now.
That's what I do.
Okay.
This is
Yeah,
what
it was good.
I love this about Michigan. In Ohio, walleye was super fucking seasonal, dude. It was always just in the summertime. That was fucking it. Like in Michigan, you can get all these fish. Like walleye, they got to go out deeper in the wintertime and shit or whatever. But, they still have it available. Maybe they pull it out of the freezer. But that's what I love about up here, man.
This guy's got a bunch of friends that fish down in Ohio, and they come up and help. And then he pretty much lives on the bay, like Colin. He's like, yeah, he's staying right on the bay area or whatever. And
Fuck yeah.
he fishes all the time. That's all he does. He's retired, so he just fishes. He got a cabin over there, or camper basically.
If I could pick one meat to eat, including fish, I would pick venison.
Venison
Or kangaroo. If I'm with a kangaroo listen, I got a steak. I worked at a place that made jerky, and I bought a big old steak, and I cooked it up with onions and peppers like you would a venison or something, right? Best meat ever. It's like a sweeter venison.
Yeah.
Really?
Tender. Yep. Delicious.
Yep.
Aww.
That's probably the best meat. The kangaroo is the best meat probably I've ever eaten, as far as like, and I've eaten a bunch of different animals because I like, dude, if I ever have a chance to try rat, I would try it just to know. I wouldn't go cook it myself, but if someone's like, hey, you want
survival, maybe
I'm over, like if I'm in Indonesia or something, when in Rome, I'm eating cat. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do it.
You're a braver man than I am.
Like, what's the rage? Oh, dude, I've been eating this for decades.
Yeah. When we were in Korea, we definitely ate dog.
I would try it.
I was like, this meat, well, we just got something that was just a dish, right? So we just got it, you know, whatever the name was, it looked like it was meat. I was this definitely does not taste like beef. And I was like, kept fucking talking to people, and my one buddy was from Guam. And I swear to God, bro, that he had like a family recipe that got sent to him. And he's like, here, try this. And I was like, oh my God, that's delicious. But bro, this literally, I just think I'm eating fufu or toto or something. And he was laughing and ha 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 ha. So we were in North Korea eating at this place. And I was like, dude, I swear this is dog. This is exactly like what you made me eat and shit. And I was like, this is not. So I'm like, hey. I'm like, is this beef? Is this beef? Like cow? She goes, oh, no cows in Korea. No cows. There's no cows here, motherfucker. They're eating dog and cats and shit, bro. Fuck yeah.
Hey, you ever wonder why a city doesn't have a cat problem?
Exactly. You go to your local Chinese restaurant, that buffet is filled with your cats.
With that being said, though, but that is that getting rid of cats was the reason why the Black Plague happened. So I forget the ruler I forget what country even, but the king banished all cats like to death. Screw all stray cats, kill them all type. He went to war with cats for
war on the pussy
reason. And the next thing you know, because the cats aren't around, that means there's more rats. And the rats came in and brought the fleas that brought the Black Plague.
Yeah, man.
See,
they reintroduced cats.
why there's things around.
Reintroducing cats, it was actually the secret weapon of getting rid of the Black Plague.
Wow.
And when you go on,
I bet he felt like a dumbass.
On the ships.
Yeah, when you go deeper, the Anunnaki wanted to punish the humans, so they put that plug on the world. Just saying, that's the deepness of it. It smells delicious in my house, though.
I walked into my house yesterday to cinnamon. What are they called? The cinnamon swirl. What are they called?
Cinnamon roll.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
I was just gonna say. I literally just said I've got half a cinnamon roll in the fridge still. I'm like,
we just ate 2 of them yesterday, and I was like, you know, this wrap thing, this turnover, this fried thing. It's like fried dough with shit on it. It's like got cream and shit. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I kept saying it like over. I was like, I don't know. It's not coming to me, man. Back in high school, my sister was dating an exchange student from Ecuador. At the time, we were showing guinea pigs. Oh yeah. At 4-H, he comes over for dinner, sees the guinea pigs, and asks us, can he pick out one for dinner? His dad raises them for food to sell. Yeah.
Holy shit. He's
I
like,
would do it.
So this is what we're eating tonight, huh? Okay.
some of those things are delicacies, and you know the poor people aren't allowed to get shit like that, and only the like middle and upper class. Some things, maybe not guinea pig, but there's this one specific animal that's like looks like a guinea pig, but it's giant. In some countries, they don't. That's like reserved for like the royal class. You know, it's cool like that though. But you know, to us, we eat squirrel, raccoon, you know, all these different things. Possum, right? In their countries, these are like their animals like that. We just look at it and go, what the fuck? In our country, that might be our pet or a fucking diseased rat that we just think of that like that. But in their country, when they don't have cows and fucking their chickens are their fucking friends, you know what I'm saying? Cows, they worship a lot. You know what I'm saying? So monkeys, they don't eat. You know, normally they got them running rampant everywhere. So they got fish and they got small little rodents.
And
you know?
bugs.
And bugs.
And bugs. And bugs.
And there's another thing. I would do it. I would eat those bugs.
Bugs are good.
I mean, I think I don't even know. I can't even speak to it. Hello, Michelle.
I've eaten fried baby bumblebees. I've eaten fried chocolate covered worms, chocolate covered ants. You know, when I lived in California and they had this day of food because there were so many different kids. Oh, there was Jewish kids, there was black kids, Spanish kids, American kids, African. There was all these different kind of people from everywhere. So they're like, let's have a food day. And everyone brought in some crazy food, you know?
Wow.
I brought in flan.
Honestly, that's my absolute favorite part of traveling is trying the local places' food. I haven't been able to go like out of the country yet. I'm about to go to Puerto Rico in August. Place out. A bunch of us are going.
That is so cool. How fun. I'm excited for you.
You two, especially you guys, you three, I should say, if you guys can do it, that would be a cool trip to be able to.
That would be so dope.
That would be dope as fuck.
That would be.
BrainJerk goes to Puerto Rico.
BrainJerk goes to Puerto Rico.
Hey.
I do some videos of tasting videos out there and go live if we can. I don't know what to expect. I've never been there, you know.
Oh yeah.
But that's number one reason why I want to travel is to try the local food.
Yeah, Puerto Rico's
taste
super dope.
in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico's got all these cool restaurants right off the side of the street with like little shacks. They just pop up, and you get the bomb ass Puerto Rican food. Like in China and shit, like those Asian countries, I would never eat their street food. I watched too many videos of them making this shit, bro, and how they're getting their oils. To hell no, motherfucker. How long has that been sitting there? Nope. Flies all over shit, man.
The fish ain't supposed to have a stink to it if it's good.
I can tell you the top two places that I've ever eaten in my life, like in my mouth. Oh my God, I want more until I burst. Mario's in Miami. I don't think actually it was Miami, but it was close into Miami when we went to Miami. Mario's Cuban cuisine. That is number one for me. And honestly, it took over number one spot. Number two was Heard That Kitchen in New Orleans. It's in the hood. It's in this little liquor store, and you wouldn't even know what's there. Best food I had ever eaten up until that was
places are cool.
5 years running until we went to Miami, and then like it was so close. Those are my favorite spots I've ever eaten in my life so far.
How fun. That's awesome.
Dude. I used to go all these different sandwich shops and shit, and I would always go in the hood. They'd always make me go work in the hood. Everyone else was fucking scared, and I'm like, what? Give me that fucking paperwork. And then I'd stop in a little hood joint, you know, and they were sometimes, swear to God, like a ice cream stand window in the wall. And they got the fucking menu and shit, and you got to like look in and shit. And that's all there is at the back doors for them. That's it. You order at the window. But this one store, I used to go in there all the time. It's like a gas station and shit. I go in there and I was like, I'm like, yo, you guys got some new food. I thought maybe they had one of those buffets, and they're like, no, we got the sandwich shop over here. I'm like, what? What did I used to call that shit? Like a Hambi sandwich shop. It was something. What are those? Bodega. It was like a bodega store, right? But in the back was a fucking like a like a Greek
Like
fucking
deli.
sandwich guy, dude, or something. Oh my fucking
I love
shit!
Greek
What
food.
country they were from, dude? Dude, oh my god.
Mediterranean food is probably like I love a Greek salad. I absolutely favorite. I love chicken shawarma wraps if they're done properly.
I don't think I've had one of those.
I've had
I
a
love
bunch
them
that are
gyros,
gross too, though.
Yep.
I love Greek food. Greek food is delicious.
I went to a Greek fest one time. It was a whole big fair, and I've never been to one before. And if you've never been to one, I suggest you go there, dude. I never knew like Greek chicks were that dark. They're like black people, and they were fucking gorgeous. You know, you figure Greek, you figure blonde, maybe blonde hair, blue eyes, and maybe a tan. These people were dark, bro, and gorgeous. I was like, holy shit, I didn't know Greek people were this fucking dark. And their food is all like grape leaves and these things and lamb. But bro, dude, I ate all this authentic fucking food, right? And as soon as I got it down, it was about 7.2 seconds later, about 7.2 minutes later. Bro, ass blasting. Holy, and everybody, like there was all the bathroom, there was a line out the door. Like, people couldn't hold it, man. Holy shit, I ain't never shit like Taco Bell don't even do that.
Not recommended if you already have bowel issues.
Yeah.
That's
I'm not a
no.
fan of
You may not make it where you're going.
I've had grape leaves only twice, 3 times maybe, but it's only been once where I could like, okay, I can see what people kind of like, but other 2 times I didn't like them at all.
Huh.
It was almost like a licorice taste to me, and I'm not a black licorice fan.
Oh, I don't like black licorice either.
I like ouzo.
I like red licorice.
I don't mind a little Jägermeister.
I'm not a fan of any licorice. It tastes lately, like in my adulthood, I think that stuff tastes too fake nowadays. Like,
it does. It's starting to taste like Play-Doh to me.
Waxy, plasticky Play-Doh. I just know what's in it, so I'm like, holy shit, dude, we're literally just eating just garbage. Just eat a handful of trash. Just do it.
Pretty much.
The taste is good though.
That sticks in your guts forever, bro. It's just the dye is red number 4s, pink number 3s. You know, those are all poison. It's terrible. There's nothing nutritious in that shit, period.
You wonder why all these kids have ADD and they're hyper. It's because they're being fed cereals and dyes and even pancakes and waffles and stuff like that. None of that stuff's good for anybody to wake up and eat.
Right.
Even though it's delicious.
It is delicious.
Get some breakfast all together.
But it's not. You get a super high spike. You come down, and then where you go from there.
Yep, that's the addiction, though. You know, we're supposed to go to, get help for drugs and alcohol. Well, where do we go to get help for food? Because they got us addicted to the sugar, so they got our brains washed, is what it is for young believers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Go to the Amish.
I knew that's what you said. Go to the Amish. Yeah.
For real, though.
Whole plant medicine, man. Get into it.
I see the world. There's some people shifting, trying to teach people about the old ways, which is absolutely necessary. The fact that I bet you that number's greater than 90% too, that would die if we had a complete grid wipeout.
Most
going up to my buddy's house, man.
People don't even know how to get clean water, let alone anything else.
My buddy's got like 7 chickens running around. He's got, I think we packed 12 of them in the freezer back a month or 2 ago. So he's got new chickens getting ready to go. He's got chickens for eggs. He's got a couple ducks. We got a dozen rabbits going right now for food. Yeah.
I love
You're
rabbit is delicious.
But yeah,
Yeah.
people,
Rabbit is bomb.
I've
And
never.
he's got a pellet smoker, so we're in.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say? People are what?
People are so conditioned to living in a easy lifestyle, you know, like we just take everything for granted. City life, as well as if you're in a rural area, you just think you have it all at your fingertips, but like the reality is, what if you don't? That's why I think there's this like big, you know, trend, this upward trend in the last 5 years of the homesteaders and the self-sufficiency, because people are starting to wake up and starting to realize that if the shit does hit the fucking fan and we have to depend on some shit, then we're going to have to figure it all out. So, you know, there's that, but there's still a lot of people that think it'll just never fucking happen and we're just always going to have it. And I don't know. I think that's pretty naive.
Yeah. Once box and canned foods runs out, people are going to be
We
shitting
won't
their
have
pants.
any room for growing farms when they start taking over the grid to make it all electric cars.
Yeah.
And there won't be enough left in the footprint.
I was going to say that's true too. How long in the future, and much more in the future, is it going to happen? Because it's kind of inevitable. At some point, we're going to lose. It's things.
Yep.
Empires rise, empires fall. Like things
And
come to
it's
the
gonna
ground.
be all
It's going to
chemical-based.
happen at some point, but when? Who knows? Are we going to get large enough that we've literally our footprint's too fucking big to survive now because we fucked it all? Like, how much more are we going to fuck it?
It'll be here.
You know?
Take this win's full of protein food that we made for you.
For protein paste. Protein
Yeah.
paste. It's got
We
your
made
basic
just for
nutrients
you.
and minerals. You just
Yeah, no.
Yep. That's what
and it brushes your teeth at the same time.
Little
Go-gurts.
3 squeezes a day will keep the hunger at bay.
Yep. Yeah. Sometimes I really think though that would be actually a better alternative. And you have your nutrient paste base, so you're not addicted to a flavor. You know, that's the thing. People get addicted to a chemical, like caffeine or a flavor, and it's like, God, I gotta like chocolate ice cream or something like that. You know, people gotta have chocolate, dude. But literally, if you go into the third world countries and shit, their chocolate that they eat is not sweet. So like that was the thing when, you know, American soldiers were able to come by and win these towns over by giving them fucking chocolate bars, because it was like, and then they were addicted. They got addicted to fucking sugar.
If you ever read the history of how Hershey's chocolate came to be, you'd be real surprised, because it was not supposed to be that way. It was a total fucking mistake.
Right.
And a lot of people hated it, but like, yeah, it's an interesting story. I read it a long time ago and I don't remember all of it now, but very interesting story that how it came to be.
It's the same kind of thing for Coca-Cola, right?
Yeah.
They actually did have cocaine in their
Right.
in real life. They still do use the cocaine leaves. I know that's not what they're called, but
Yeah.
they take the cocaine out of it and they use the leaves for
Interesting.
I think they're the only legal cocaine what is it called, growers in the world.
Wow. Because you know, we got a product and it makes millions.
So I just watched the whole thing on Coke. So what they used was the coconut.
Yeah.
They used the coconut, and that's where they used to get the caffeine from a long time ago. But then they couldn't grow enough and meet the supply demand. So after I think it was World War II, they went to tea leaves, and then all these tea leaves would just sit in the fuck around, like rotting and shit. They came, so Coke bought them all these different factories full of tea leaves, and you know, they got their caffeine out of that. But then they wanted to go further. They're like, man, anybody else could do this too. Shit. So then they went to the lab and hired this geneticist guy or scientist to synthesize this exact, you know, specific caffeine. And then now they got patent for that caffeine. So now it's all synthesized. And shit. It's wild, dude.
Just getting
back in the time, they used to have cocaine gum.
Yeah.
Cocaine gum, man.
I
talking
seen a
about
meme.
shit.
time.
How these people build America? How they build those big ass cocaine gum, bro?
Yeah, I seen a meme one
Shit.
time about like, like old fashioned or whatever thing about, like, grandma says that you're like, it took her, twice, or it takes you twice as long to do something as her, or she does twice, she did twice as much in her day, or something to that effect. And
Grandma,
the reply was like, yeah, and your grandma had cocaine in her drink when she was younger.
That's right.
Like, it's not the same.
Imagine having a pack of cocaine gum. Imagine what you could get done. Jesus Christ, dude. No wonder these fuckers could do all kinds of shit, man, and it wasn't nothing.
And that's how gum became popular?
Probably.
Yep. Sucking
And
on
then
the weed.
Instead of cocaine, it was sugar.
Massive amounts of sugar. So they slowly
Still high,
brought
but
you
not
down
high.
from the cocaine and boosted you on sugar. All it has, your physiology's just got to change a little bit. And then your body's like, oh, that is it. Just like, your gas engine. You can convert your gas engine to run on water. Did you guys know that? It can be boosted by actually water and baking soda. That gives like engines horsepower, like a nitrous boost, right? So think about it. If a gas-powered fucking engine that runs off gas and oil can be shot up with water and it works, it can be manipulated. It's just fascinating. I love it.
There's a guy that created the vehicle that ran off the moisture in the air.
Yep.
Just like that. The same concept. And really it ran on water only. There was no fuel. That was the fuel.
There's tons of people like that now.
I'll give you 2 guesses what happened to him.
I was gonna say, isn't he the one that disappeared? Just saying.
So first of all,
they don't want you to do that.
First of all, he was a black guy that invented that, so that was the first white man rule of no. Second of all, they had it set up to be, if it's the same one you're talking about, set up to be a robbery at the store he worked at. But then if you look into everything, this dude drove like 4 fucking states away to come and rob this store. Why would you drive 4 states away and then shoot specifically him? And when you look up the truck, it wasn't registered to that kid. The plates were government motherfucking plates, bro. Oh, it's so crazy. It was a government hit. Straight up.
That's almost Oklahoma City bombing type.
Dude, this is straight up. This is mind control. MK Ultra. If they want to turn you on, bro, they call you on the phone and go bleep, bleep, bloop, bleep, bloop. And then you go do some fucked up ass shit. And you wake up in handcuffs. You wake up in handcuffs and butt probe. It's fucked up.
Yeah, like Neo did.
CIA versus FBI.
So and I've done some research on Oklahoma City, and there was a bomb called in. Maybe I'm not allowed to say that word. There was one of those called in.
A threat.
Like at 15 minutes before the actual thing was supposed to go down. Before anybody got any other word, there was multiple calls, and then there was multiple calls about different ones throughout the building, and all the media talks about is that this one guy, it was a solo thing, blah 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 blah. There was only one. That one did all this damage, and really
control.
If you watch the what was that? There was a show recently about the Waco stuff. They kind of go into that a little bit because the same FBI/CIA teams were working together, or ATF teams were working together. Mm-hmm. In Waco, the ATF screwed things up. That's why that thing became such a huge mishap. The ATF screwed that stuff up. And the FBI at the same time screwed up the stuff at Ruby Ridge. 2 fuck-ups that changed the whole look of American politics.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying either of those bad guys who was bad guy. I'm not saying that the police didn't have a reason to be there.
It was all scripted.
They completely violated every American right there was to violate during those 2 days.
Why is it wrong to have property and have people invited to come and live in my property, but you're under my little rules, and like I get to bang your woman, and like I'll teach you all how to like worship me and like use guns and shit, but like I get to bang your woman. They all agree to come there. Like, why do you interfere with that? Why do you interfere with that? Why can't we be Americans?
Well,
We ain't taking it.
that's what part of the media's side of the story was. Some of that stuff wasn't consensual, and that dude was going around getting messing with the kids too. So that was the media's FBI story of why they actually went in like that.
That's an angle they had to play, of course, but yes. I'm sure, you know, like Little House in the Prairie, you know, those people that do that, they believe in, you know, 13, 14, that's an adult for them. You know, once you can bleed, you're able to have a kid. That's their belief. I don't condone none of that shit, okay? But I'm saying there are certain Mormons do the same kind of thing, you know, all these different cultures do this thing. So if you're behind a big fucking gate, you're in a compound, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no one running out naked saying, help me, I'm trapped, you know? I think you should leave the fucking people alone, you know? Do I think anything's right or wrong? Who am I to say what your beliefs are right or wrong? I don't do the shit. That's all I know. But yeah, I thought that whole shit was fucked up. Like, you're gonna come in and start shooting
in Dearborn, Michigan. I mean, you know what I mean?
But that's
go there.
That's they started stuff that the government doesn't like, minus all the politics and minus what their beliefs are. The government does not want people coming together in that style of clans in like a clan or what is another word for that?
Militia. That's what I was just going to say.
I'm just talking about like living together like that.
Yeah.
In like a group setting.
Yep.
They don't want people living on their own like that. They want you to be needy of them.
Yep.
That's even why they've thrown out government assistance and all these other things. They want you to need them. Just like they want, like the drug companies want you to need them.
Right.
It's the same thing going on everywhere. That's why all these
cheers, coach.
All these medicines and pills and stuff, everything's oil based. That's not a coincidence.
Right.
But unfortunately, we have to go.
It's wow. They shut all the
and we don't get any overtime today. Josh is actually at the controls.
Yeah, it's already overtime, bro. It's already overtime. The Penguins are trying to escape. You know.
Yep.
Your Michigan Grows is in town.
Yeah.
See you, everybody. Thanks for coming out tonight. Don't forget Squared Circle Shenanigans at 6 p.m. Everybody have a good night.